I'm Kayla, and I am making this video on March 1st, 2025. And I'm not quite sure where to go with this. I am making it because of a promise I made, and I really don't make promises because I never want to be in a position of not being able to keep my promise. That being said, this is going to be, I don't edit because I haven't learned that skill yet, and I don't feel like learning that skill, so this video may be choppy. I have no plan. I'm just kind of winging it. The important part for me right now is that I actually sit down and make the video. And that's the important thing, and I have to not worry about, how it looks, how grainy it looks on my screen. I don't know what it looks like on yours. The hole in my curtain behind me. None of that matters, okay? Or even the fact that somehow, strangely, a gazillion, time periods later for me making my second ever YouTube video, not counting the second one I made that had no sound and I had to get rid of and never replaced, I'm wearing the same damn outfit. How is that even possible? Anyway. All right. So I'm going to be kind of rambly. This has nothing to do with my prior video that I had to delete that I will eventually put back up again, or I'll, re-record it. This has to do with the U.S. election, the Ascension, the Dreaming Women, the 4 a.m. Club, all these things. I believe the hashtag is Together We Rise. I'll try to remember to put that in there. There is so much background I could be going into, and I don't even know where to start with that. I would have to have prepared an outline for something like that, and I didn't. So I'm just going to kind of skip ahead. So ever since, even before the election, honestly, kind of watching things as I was watching them, I didn't feel concerned. And let me offer the caveat. I am in some degree of distress for the people with whom I share a marginalized group. That would be the Pride community, that would be the disabled community, women, and non-monogamous, non-Christian, all those things, right? And my battery's running low. It somehow got unplugged. Hold on. There we go. I can pass in most of those cases, but I'm not as worried for myself for multiple reasons, but not the least of which is that I can pass. I happen to be married to, a male, even though my husband and I both are fine with they pronouns, we're pretty much cis. So anyway, I digress. Obviously, I don't do this very often. I'm going to try to tag the people in the description and or a comment that I mention here. Anyway, so the night of the election, I was strangely calm, even as, in case it's not obvious, I, did not vote for the current president, the person currently in the White House. This is Presto, by the way. But I felt strangely calm, even having an idea of how it was going to turn out. Woke up multiple times in the middle of the night. That's partially because I have you know, tons of insomnia, but I was just calm. I knew everything was going to be fine. Or at least that the degree of not fine it was necessary. And shortly after that, you know, magically showing up on my YouTube feed, I started seeing some videos from people who called themselves the 4 a.m. Club, Dreaming Women, that sort of thing. I believe Dreaming Women was coined by Jennifer Lisa Vest, and I don't know who coined the 4 a.m. Club. Some of these people are only on TikTok, and even though I'm sure I must have a TikTok account, I would have made one back in the day, I never sign into TikTok. I'm pretty much only on YouTube, so if they don't have a YouTube presence, I don't watch them. There's somebody called the Intuition Influencer who I guess is pretty big in those circles, but she doesn't seem to have a YouTube. There's other ones, Spirituality with Sam. There's a couple others that I really like. Gia Prism and Sarah Shook, although I don't think Sarah Shook is part of the, is aware of those other groups. Anyway, they suddenly came upon my radar, and they talked about, you know, how things aren't quite as they should be, mentioning of, you know, things might not have gone down in the most ethical or legal way, and maybe certain things aren't actually what they seem. I think we've all seen that in the world right now. And I don't want to go too much into that, but let me get to the main reason for this video. Other than I have to make a damn video, I know it's been something I've needed to do forever. One of the people I've been watching lately, her YouTube channel is Moonlight Energy. Her name's Kimberly. And she does this really cool combination of... she calls it channeling, and yes, it is, but it almost is like she's channeling and remote viewing and something else that I can't think of right now. But anyway, she channels various people who are involved with this situation. And, you know, I've been doing shamanic work for 20 plus years. I can journey to pretty much anybody I want if I choose to, and I just don't always. And it didn't seem like something, I don't know, it just didn't seem like my path, you know? So last night, I'm like, okay, you know, she channels these people, all these other people I watch, they're like getting in touch with their guides, they're doing the things, and I certainly am in touch with my guides, but I haven't really consulted them a lot on current events. And I guess I didn't really want to disturb the people who were doing things. That's my own hang up, you know, whatever. So I basically went into a journey and I said, you know, would you bring forth someone who would be willing, who is close to this situation and would be willing to talk to me about it? And the person who came forward was Kamala Harris. And when Kimberly channels her, she talks about this amazing energy she has. Kimberly has channeled other people who, especially those who have passed, she's asked them what they think about Harris, and they said, you know, they're basically all like, she's everything. I'm heavily paraphrasing, but that's what it boils down to. She's everything. She's going to change the world. She's going to do this. She's going to do that. And, you know, amazing. And y'all, I can barely even talk about it when I think about it because the feeling was so overwhelming. To be in the presence of that energy, I have no idea what she's like in real life, in ordinary reality. But in that reality, the closest I can come to is the movie The Da Vinci Code, where, At the end, he figures out where Mary Magdalene's remains are, and he goes there, and he is just so overcome with reverence that he, like, basically kind of kneels down where she is. And that's what I felt. Just to be in that presence. There was something. I get it, y'all. I get it. And I don't remember what she said to me, all of it. But the gist of it was, something to the effect of, I'm not here to be your savior. The people need to come together and rise up. And that's what I've been hearing through all places. But, you know, so many people are saying she's going to end up in the highest office or some equivalent after craziness happens, and we're certainly in the midst of crazy. But her message was clear. This is not about me. This is about the people. This is about the people taking back their power. The only other thing I can remember, other than her literally making me promise, which I don't do. I can count on one hand the number of promises I have made in my adult life, and I am 56. She made me promise to make a video. So here I am, not knowing what the hell to say, but just doing it because I promised this amazing soul that I would. The only other thing I can remember from it is that she showed me a purple carnation. And I know that the 4 a.m. Club, Dreaming Women people, they've got their own symbols. Spoons, scissors, purple. Kamala showed me a purple carnation, which is interesting because her name means lotus, and everybody keeps calling her Lotus, and I was really surprised it wasn't a lotus flower, but it was a purple carnation. And it was the type that... they probably still sell them, but back in the day they used to like dip roses in either gold or acrylic, or sometimes they do acrylic and then they do like gold edging on the petals. The carnation looked like that. It looked like it had been dipped in acrylic and had gold around the edges of the petals. And somehow that was a symbol. I don't know of what. There was definitely... Purple is a thing, and I know that that's the blending of the red and the blue. I know that that's that. Sorry for my lack of eye contact. I don't make these often. I'll get better at it as I go along, since I'm apparently supposed to be doing these more often. With, you know, more structure and more usefulness. But she showed me that. I don't know if that's supposed to be her symbol. I looked up the spiritual meaning of carnations, and especially purple carnations. And the most common association is capriciousness, which didn't really resonate with me. But I feel like in this context, it's more joy. And that was a big thing of her campaign, joy. Not even necessarily frivolity, but the Fool Tarot card, you know? Setting out on a new adventure, excited about it, dancing through the meadow as you go on to your next adventure, something along those lines, is what resonates with me. So I don't really have a whole lot more to say. If I were more prepared, maybe I would. Maybe I would come up with, maybe I would have journeyed ahead of time and gotten some other message for you. I hope in future videos I will do some form of maybe, you know, daily-ish Daniel Scranton types channeling. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do to move forward with this. I just know I need to move forward. Activism is not my path, but something like this is. So I need to actually step onto my path. So I will write up the description of this, such as it is, and add the links as I find them. And thanks for watching. I had a closing thing that I was going to add for my ending videos, and I don't remember what it was, but I'll figure that out next time. Like I said, the important thing is that I get this out on the internet, warts and all, and just do the thing, even though it's scary. And clearly I'm not putting my best face forward here, but I'm putting a face, so